Good morning. Welcome back to Big Sky Farms at Westbridge Hills. When we left off last episode, we were smack in the middle of hay harvest, and that is what we are going to jump back into. So, before we get everybody fired back up here, we are going to cruise down and pick up some of those bales. That way we can get our course play worker started and we can keep him rolling on cutting and raking, and we'll work on some baling and maybe even get our baler rolling on course play, and that way we can just get these bales stacked up. So that is what is on the schedule for this morning. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for taking time, a few minutes out of your day to watch these videos. I do appreciate it. If you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. Helps it be shown by YouTube just a little bit more. So I would appreciate that. Some other tasks that we hope to get to today with a little bit of time is maybe um, getting rolling on some sunflower harvest. And I think our canola's got to be getting pretty close as well. So that is kind of what we're on task with today. So we're going to see if we can get this uh, first bale snagged out of here. Whoops, we did hit that tractor. Oh, no, that works much better for us. We just want to get these hay bales out of the way here on this edge so that we can keep our workers rolling. Keep that hay getting put up. In other news around the farm, we did give those sunflowers just a quick try yesterday, and they are not quite dry. So those unfortunately we'll have to wait just a little bit for those to dry down just a little bit. So update on the forage harvester. They did identify it as a bad O-ring that got sucked into that hydraulic system and sort of caused some havoc with the pump downstream. So it is a known issue that is still under warranty, so they're going to go ahead and get that taken care of. And we should have it back in a couple of episodes. So we did tell them that it wasn't too big of a hurry because we did have a lot of it already chopped and in the silo. So it's kind of nice to have that little cushion. So while we were there, we were visiting with the service manager and the sales folks about our concerns with our Fendt. And they said they were not super surprised. Those sevens do run just a skosh short on power once in a while. So, oofta. Looks like the baler fell asleep there. Goodness, he's definitely going to have to come back and get that little piece. And so the service manager and the salesman, they were going to put their heads together. They thought they might have an option for us to try, potentially a different machine. So we'll see exactly what that means here, I guess, in the next couple of days. Our big canola field there across from the sheds has me a little bit worried. There are some pretty steep hills right there by the shed and on the back side of that field. So we will have to see what the dealership comes up with and what they have up, excuse me, what they have up their sleeve. So you'll have to forgive me if you could. My voice is just a little rough this morning. I was just outside for about an hour shoveling snow. So winter is upon us here in southwest Montana. And I believe we did have one. Say, I thought we left one bale up here. Sorry, folks, was just getting a drink there. Oh, we left 2 bales on that inside track. There's still another one out there, so good. We are getting a good amount of hay put up here off of this field, so I like the looks of that. So the question is, how do we want to put these bales in this shed? Let's see how much of this we can dump. Should be a fair bit. I think I'd like to put those bales right along this side. That is a hazard of round bales, is that they do take up significantly more, I'll call it floor space, if you will, than the squares do for the same volume of hay. So, but like I said, having so much fun running that baler, just thought we'd bale these up and see what's in an effort to get the best looking stack that we can. And I don't know why he had to unfold like that. We are going to come into the hay shed from this end if we can. Shouldn't be a problem at all. And we want to be set right on this end. But if I were to come in from the other way, I think that's the right button. Yep, we're going to set to unload. And then we're going to unload. So hopefully, oops. There we go. Excellent. Should be able to grab those, no problem. Okay. So we will just, whoops, excuse me, shut this guy off. We're going to run up here and get this guy set, raking. Now it is going to be just a little bit of a interesting run here. Oh, I was gonna say, I thought, there we go. Say, I thought we had this. I didn't really want to fold that. I'm not sure why it folded, but anyway. So I want this guy to start down here on this very last run here. So this might be the easiest way to do that, is we're just going to come down here and let him start right. I want him to go right there. So hopefully that makes him turn the corner. Yep, excellent. And so he's just going to take that. Very nice. That is going to work exactly how I wanted it to. Perfect. Okay. So now that we got him started in the right place, which, see how this works out here. And I'm hoping that one bale up there is out of the way enough, but we'll just have to see. So, let me get our swather fired up here. And I realized yesterday after we quit that you guys didn't get much of a ride in this thing. Whoops. So, we are going to see if we can get lined up here. And we're going to set us a GPS course. Going to go west. And we're going to center that baby. And we're going to cut these last few rows for us here. That shouldn't goof our GPS up too much. So yeah, we're just going to do a little bit of cutting here. We're going to finish this one up. We'll kind of give you guys the inside tour of this machine. Like I said, this is increasingly every save becoming my favorite machine. You can even see the footprints there on the floor. It's kind of interesting. The real ones are starting to have pegs right here that the operator can kind of stretch out, rest their feet on. So that's kind of cool. But you got your forward, neutral, reverse handy here. F&R handle handy here. Handle. And then you've got your disc speed that you can control, your header height that you can control. If we had a traditional auger header with a reel on it, you would be able to control reel speed from there as well. General monitor here to control machine functions, which is pretty much standard in any of these. This is also a GPS screen as well. So, neat thing on here is this pressure gauge down here on my right. Pause right there while we make this corner. Let's get back to it there. This header has a down pressure, so it has a certain amount of hydraulic pressure that holds that header on the ground, or lets it hover just above the ground. So essentially lets it float right along the ground. And that's one of the big design features of this machine, is that header height, that header float. It can be kind of finicky to I'll say to set or to get set, and then to troubleshoot it. But when it's working, and it's a fairly versatile system that doesn't go down a whole lot, but there are issues once in a while. But it's a really good system. It's a really good machine. Um, this particular model is a few model years older than the current production ones, um, and those are I've just taken all this technology and improved upon it that much better. So very very cool machines, very fun, and I'm super excited to have them um, in the game. So, and what really surprised me about these models was the how accurately they turn. Um, okay, we've got all sorts of issues there. There we go. Um, they turn and they behave almost exactly like the real life ones do. Um, the modder BC Bueller did an amazing job on these mods. You can check him out on his Facebook page. It's where primarily most of his releases are, and I think there's going to be some good stuff coming from him in the future as he grows in his modding abilities. He's already a great modder, so very thankful to him for releasing this to us here in the community so we can use this. Um, I was super excited to see this thing come out. So little little mod review for you there uh, while we're cutting away on some hay. So I think as we come up to the end of the field here, we might just set this guy off on the next field down there. Um, just to keep this hay process going, we're going to kind of automate a lot of this so we can get it done and that I don't bore you guys to tears. So just gonna pop that right up, get our HUD back up here, get rid of this, do a little jump over here, and get him rolling on this piece. And so we're down on this little one. We're only going to do 2 around here because that looks like a fairly small field. And it is. So we're also going to turn our GPS off there. And we're just going to send this young lady off on her array. And away we go. So, looks like we are back on our second run here. So we are going to copy this course. No, I still didn't get that one added in there. Dog biscuits. All right, well, we're going to get him. And I believe I want to set this at 32. I think we'll try that one. Clean that screen up for you guys just a little bit there. We're going to show some, better fire this baby up. Actually, I think what we need to do is go down here. Yes, I know I'm driving over the windrows, which is a huge no-no, but sometimes it just has to be done. All right, so yep, and looks like he is going to be spot right on there where we want him. So that's good. And he'll just get these rolled up. And it looks like we'll probably have to come back and clean up some corners, but that's okay. So he's working on that second round, or she is, excuse me. All right. So to let him get a little ways ahead of us, we are going to run out here to the straw, and we're going to get a load of these straw bales picked up. I think my memory is usually pretty good, it's just not very long. So I think we should have about 20 straw bales out here, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe 21. So we will just get these guys loaded up here. And under our shed over there. Gonna be too close for that one. You can kind of be a little picky and choosy as you're scooping bales here, based on how long it takes that arm to go back down. So these ones are going to need a little bit more time in between scoops because they got to be pushed back. That push bar needs to time to return back to where it the original set position. So one thing I did forget to mention at the start of the episode is that you guys probably have picked up on it by now, but I did advance the day forward a day. So we slept through the night and we just continued right on with our work this morning. So, but I think what I would like to do is I think I'd like to get some seeding going on this barley here. I think I'd like to try a little bit of winter canola. So we might get our planter out, get started on that. So okay. What do we have going on up here? I see that our course play guy is stopped. Why might that be? Oh. It looks like he might have a bale in the way. So we will just go and nudge that out of the way with our front weight, being very careful not to break it. And away he goes. Assuming he's following that course to come back down on that next windrow in. Just how our course worked out. So now some of you may ask why I didn't just pick that one up while I was there. I like to keep the hay and the straw separate. And so if I have to pick up a hay one right here in the middle of a load, I'd have to go through with a loader and sort them out and get them figured out. So I just made the decision to not do that, just nudge that little guy out of the way there and move on with our day. So looks like my count was wrong. There's a few bales off. We're going to have just more than 20. So I think we're going to have one going to have one, nope, two more, so we can come back out here. So we'll have a couple of them that won't fit on our trailer here, but all right. And I think nah, we can just run out here with this one and pick them up. That won't be a problem. So might give you guys a little montage break there while we just run and grab those two. But okay, as we come back from grabbing those two straw bales, the last two, we can get started on some seeding or some tillage on that field next episode or two. But we are going to be finished up with this episode today. Uh, hopefully you learned something or enjoyed the show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.